In our lesson, Walking Working Surfaces, we will be focusing on a few things prior to finishing. The first is our goal to define some terms that come with walking and working surface hazards. The first is a floor hole. What is the difference between a floor hole and our second term, floor opening? Well, we'll show you. Our next items to define should be fairly self-explanatory, but is a wall hole the same as a wall opening? Although the obvious answer must be no, since you can clearly see that they are the fourth and fifth items on our list to define, the not so obvious answer to what is the difference between the two will soon be crystal clear to you. Next, we'll define what a standard railing and a toe board are and how they affect and protect our walking and working surfaces. The second goal of this presentation is for you to be able to identify at least 5 requirements to avoid walking working surface hazards relating to floors, walls, holes, stairways, platforms and ladders, or even scaffolding. The first is a floor hole. A floor hole is an opening measuring less than 12 inches but more than 1 inch in its least dimension in any floor, platform, pavement, or yard through which materials, but not people, may fall, such as a belt hole, a pipe opening, or a slot opening. Floor openings cause many different types of injuries, ranging from a twisted ankle, a deep bruise, and even death. Yes, even death could occur from a floor hole. All it would take would be someone tripping and falling onto a sharp object or even hitting their head on another object as they lose their balance. How about, say, a heavy item falls through the hole and hits a worker on the head 3 stories below, and that worker was not wearing a hard hat? Can you see now how even the smallest of openings, as defined here by OSHA as just 1 inch, could cause an unnecessary injury and even could be fatal? I hope so. I would also hope that you can see now how important it is to realize first and foremost that floor holes are hazards within the workplace. But most of all, I hope you see how we must correct them. In figuring out how we should correct them, let's see what OSHA standards or rules say about how we are required to deal with floor hole hazards. The injuries and issues that are created by floor holes are all avoidable through some simple OSHA requirements. OSHA requires that every floor hole into which a person can accidentally walk shall be guarded by either one of these two: a standard railing with a standard toe board on all exposed sides, or a floor hole cover of standard strength and construction. Two very simple solutions: build a railing system around the hole or cover it with a sturdy item. OSHA understands that a certain amount of time will pass from the discovery of that floor hole to when an actual cover or railing is put in place. So OSHA says, while the cover is not in place, the floor hole shall be constantly attended by someone or shall be protected by a removable standard railing. There it is. Just post somebody to watch the hole and warn them before they come in contact with it. OSHA also understands that there may be some floor holes into which people cannot accidentally walk on account of fixed machinery, equipment, or walls even being in the way, but it shall still be protected by a cover that leaves no openings more than 1 inch wide. You see, OSHA understands that just because someone can't walk into it, it doesn't stop tools or materials from falling through it to a lower level. So OSHA wants it covered and secured. So there you have it. A floor hole is just that, A hole in the floor, pavement, platform, or yard that is less than 12 inches in its largest dimension but greater than 1 inch in its least. The requirements to protect workers from being injured by all floor holes is simple. Cover it with a stable item or build a standard railing around it. Yes, I know this isn't rocket science, but somehow still every year 15% of all deaths in the general industry come from items just like floor holes and our next term, floor openings.